Hey, it's Triple B on your screen today, and I got a story time that I'm surprised I never covered, considering it was one of the highlights of my high school career. And it's when a wannabe rapper got what was coming to him. I know it sounds horrible, but trust me, it's a treat. But before we get into it, be sure to press the like button, otherwise, no joke, no scam. You will be teleported into a gladiator arena against a super lion with nothing but a pencil, so unless you're John Wick with extra layer plot armor, I would not risk it. Alright, anyway, this story takes place in my sophomore year of high school, and I was in my third period algebra class, and we were taught by one of the most chill teachers I've ever had. We're going to call him Mr. Music because, well, he was really into music. In fact, he was so into music, he would play it while we worked on homework after he got done, teaching what he needed to teach. And he played all kinds of genres, from country to lo-fi to metal to even rap. Hot take, country music is actually good, you guys are just mean. And sometimes he even let us, the students, choose songs kind of like a jukebox because he actually had a Spotify premium account. And while I was in algebra class, I sat next to this one dude who we're going to call Ben for the sake of this story. That's not his actual name, obviously, but we're going to call him Ben. Ben was probably one of the most chill people I've ever met, as in, this dude has nerves of steel. I've seen some people go out of their way to annoy Ben on occasion, and it just never worked. I don't know if he had some substances that kept him calm, or whether or not he was some kind of Zen master, or what he was doing to keep him calm, but you had to be a real miserable son of a bitch to have beef with Ben. Dude is a quiet kid to a T. Now, the reason I emphasized it that much was mainly because not only were we in high school during that time period where Tumblr culture was at its most prevalent, by that I mean the time when Undertale and Steven Universe were all the rage and the fandoms were at their most insufferable, but we were all teenagers, we were all hormonal and stupid, we were all trying to flex, and here's this guy Ben who's actually figured it all out. He's just a chill guy before the chill guy meme was even a thing. One time in class, the bronies got up and put on nothing but MLP songs for an entire period. Nobody except the three people in class who were into that shit were pleased. Everyone in class, from the jocks to the other Tumblr people, were yelling at them to turn that bullshit off. And here was Ben just doing his homework no big deal. He was the one person who was just completely unfazed. I'm pretty sure the dude could survive Chinese water torture and just not give up any information. Dude could go through the worst of the worst and just, he would not crack, at all. Another thing that would happen is wannabe rap stars would try to host concerts in the class. This was also around the time when everyone was trying to be a SoundCloud rapper, so some of them would walk up to the front of the room and start rapping, and since nobody knew how to string bars together, most of them would do mumble rap, where they sounded like they were giving fellatio to a sock. Yeah. And there was this one kid who we're gonna call Jeremy, and he really thought he was gonna be the next Travis Scott or Lil Nas X. Now, this was kind of true for everyone who did this, who put up a million mumble rap, quote unquote, songs on SoundCloud to hopefully get some kind of recognition, but this kid was going all in. Not only would this dude make mumble rap, but mumble diss tracks of random kids, teachers, really anyone, even this random Walmart employee at one point. He made one of me a week before this incident called, and this was the actual name, I am not making this up, please do not strike me, YouTube, quote, March of the Retard, which was taken down a minute before anyone could finish listening to the full song. Now, one day in the middle of algebra, Jeremy brings a JBL speaker and a microphone to the class. Now, I'm not talking about the little speakers the size of, I don't know, a pencil case. I'm talking about one of the bigger party box speakers, the size of a CRT television, the ones that cost $400. And Jeremy just turns it on and begins mumbling. And we can make out a few words, and we're just kind of listening to it, not really caring, just not really paying it any mind. And then in the middle of the song, he says something that actually makes Ben get up, and the line goes, oh, and Ben, your mama was a rabbit, and your father was a, and Jeremy said the F slur. And then Ben gets up right as he says the slur and slaps Jeremy right across the face. Now, the silence was deafening after that. Well, I say silence, but Jeremy was holding the mic to the speaker to create that awful feedback. Jeremy tries to push Ben, but here's the thing. Ben is like a big dude. Like, he's built like a brick shithouse, and Jeremy was like 4'7". Ben then shoves Jeremy into the speaker, and it just topples over, and Ben walks back to his desk. Jeremy starts like milking how hurt he was, like that one Family Guy meme, you know, the one where Peter's clutching his knee, kind of like a soccer player trying to get somebody red carded. Then Mr. Music gets up and sends both of them into the principal's office. We tried telling the principal and other faculty what happened and how Jeremy was instigating it and how Ben was just, you know, he was just pushed to his limit, but they wouldn't listen. So Jeremy only got detention for like a week. Meanwhile, Ben got suspended for 3 days. Initially it was supposed to be 2 weeks, but everyone, even Mr. Music, was coming to Ben's defense, so, you know, that's good. Good on you, Mr. Music. The bad news is we can only listen to video game OSTs from here on out, specifically ones without lyrics. And so from then on, Mr. Music's class was like only playing Animal Crossing music, which was fine. I mean, Animal Crossing music does slap, but knowing how it was ruined because Jeremy decided to instigate someone who never causes problems for anyone ever, shit sucks, man. Like I said, you gotta be a real miserable piece of shit to try to start beef with Ben. I guess moral of the story, don't try to turn Algebra 2 into your own personal wannabe Travis Scott concert, especially if you're gonna mumble rap about how much you hate the dude who just never does anything to anyone ever. Also, I gotta say, I really just don't like mumble rap, like, at all. Not only because of, like, the incident that I just described, but because if I'm gonna listen to someone sing, I want to hear what they're saying, not a bunch of indecisive mumbling like you're cussing out your teacher underneath your breath. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. I'll see y'all later with another one. I'm out. God bless.